Okay, I'm going to start this workflow by starting a new conceptual mass. So you can see here I'm in the AutoCAD Revit 2010 Recent Files window. I'm going to go to Families, open up a new conceptual mass, and click the default mass template. Once I'm in the default mass template, you can see it looks just like it's kind of a families editor, but on steroids. I'm going to go ahead and insert a CAD file that one of my team members has already been working on. It's kind of laid out this this concept building. So what you get here is kind of something pretty typical when somebody's just trying to work in a single CAD file, assess all the options. I know this is kind of the scheme that we're going to try to visualize. I'm going to move the center of this scheme as much as I can find it to the center line of the crosshair, so that that's kind of where the file wants to be working. And I'm going to just generally be working this area. When I go back to the 3D view, I'll see the background now is in the appropriate place. If I switch back to the Create tab, I can start pulling shapes, just maybe by tracing the outline of my building here. And Revit has this new kind of contextually sensitive options. So if I go to modify this, I'll get this create form, and it kind of knows this create form button up here. It kind of knows to extrude my rectangle automatically. And you can see here, back here, I've got the height of the extrusion working. So if I know what I want, say it's 85 feet, I get that set up right away. It's pretty quick. If I go to wireframe, I can see through my extrusion. I'm going to try to concentrate on the areas where I want to work on in terms of the camera view. So I know I'm going to be shooting from two corners, but primarily right now I'm going to work on the kind of northwest corner, which is up here. I can take the navigation wheel, make sure I have my center set, and then orbit around that so I don't lose that. And what I'm going to try to do here is, this is kind of the facade I want to develop, so I'm going to create these stair elements on the corners of this building. Maybe something like this. And I'll create a form here. Okay, and I want this to be 95 feet. Then I'm going to take this form, and I want to maybe develop a little bit of relief here on the corner. So I'm going to tap through and pick these faces. That to be 25 feet. I've got this kind of tower element here. Another thing I want to try to do is maybe I'm going to chamfer the corner. Create this kind of carved thing here. So that's kind of what I want to take away. If I go to create form and hit void form, extrude that all the way up. Oops. And undo back here. Click that, create form, void. Just grab this. What's wrong here? I'm not sure what's going on. And just draw that. Seems like, oh, I know why. Because, see, I added a vertex right there. I need to get that to be a little bit cleaner. Okay. There we go. So I just did that in plan. Oh, there it is. I just drag it back down. And now it's chamfered that corner off of that building. So that's fine. So now if I want to, now that I'm back here, if I want to take this whole form, let's just set up a reference line here at the midpoint of this building. And if I tab through, I'm going to be able to select the entire form. And you're going to need to kind of make sure you get every piece here. And then if I mirror, I'll get that piece to kind of rotate or mirror along the axis. Now, the other thing you can do here when as you're working is in massing is you can join the geometry. So if I want this mass to be sort of monolithic with this mass, I can go to modify form, hit join geometry, and join these two geometries together, and you can see here that these walls start to clean up and become part of the whole facade. I can take this and actually join it again with this one, and I've got the same thing on both sides. Another really neat feature here is this divide surface, which is real handy. So if you want to set up some, you want to break up the facade a little bit and try to understand, maybe how these regulating lines can work for you. You can use that, and then use that to begin to order your facade. So that's pretty handy. And I can use all this to very quickly do some rough massing on these buildings. Another thing I can do is it's really easy for me to, for example, if I wanted to draw on the surface of this particular, let's see if I can get it to work here, face, I can do that. Then I can come here and create a form, and so it understands that it wants to change my UCS, and I can use that to push and pull either the form or the face, and then join these geometries if I need to decide I do that. So it's pretty easy to start massing things up. And in fact, I'll switch to this is kind of a version of the same file that I've developed a little bit further, and you can see that I can get the center. There we go. You can see I've developed these kind of pilaster elements and massing, a couple canopies on the corner, canopies in the middle, and of course I've got these stair tower bits kind of masked up the way I want them. I've got this kind of big planter element on the side, and you can see here I've got my big anchor tenant in the middle of this parking deck. So very quickly you can use simple massing tools to get the kind of general outline of what you're working with and move that into the next phase of the project, which is going to be bringing it into Revit and adding another level of reality.